April 2024. Good evening and welcome to the evening bulletin here on Focus TV. I am your anchor, Jennifer Somwa. Let's take the headlines. Coming up this evening, President revokes the appointment of Anana Adukwe-Addo as MC of the Tema West Municipal Assembly. Also, former President John Mahama expresses confidence in Jane Opoku-Agyeman. In entertainment, musician Kofi Kinata says Ghanaians love political parties than the well-being of the country. And in sports, Team Ghana hope for success in the 2024 Marrakech World Para Athletics Grand Prix. Now the news in detail. President Akufo-Addo has revoked the appointment of Anana Adukwe-Addo as the Municipal Chief Executive of the Tema West Municipal Assembly in the Greater Accra region. Concurrently, the President has nominated Felicia Edem Atipo as the successor to the recently vacated position. The appointment of Madame Felicia was announced in a letter dated Wednesday, April 24, 2024, and signed by the Minister-designate for the Ministry of Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development, Martin Kweku Agyeman-Sarkosa. Felicia Edem Atipo is Ghana's first female aircraft marshaller and is known for producing the popular Ghanaian comedy show Key Soap Concert Party in the mid-1990s and early 2000s. In 2019, she won the Most Inspiring Woman in Aviation Industry at the Made in Ghana Most Inspiring Women's Award. Moving on, former President and flag bearer for the National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, has praised Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman as a woman of unparalleled integrity, saying her credentials were unmatched and her passion for Ghana's development was unwavering. Speaking at the official outdooring of Professor Opoku-Agyeman as his running mate, Mr. Mahama extolled Professor Opoku-Agyeman's virtues, saying her integrity was beyond question, adding that she would bring a much-needed sense of accountability and transparency to government.
These are told they are about his story.
Happy with the results.
But right before us today in Ghana, another story is playing out. Right before our eyes, another history is in the making. But this time, I'll call it her story. Her story will blend favorably with our past to create what I call our story, which will inform our perspectives, shape our destinies, and determine our democratic journey. Therefore, I stand before you today with a deep sense of humility, a renewed sense of hope, to introduce Professor J. Nana Opoku-Agyeman.
Entering the match on the back of 7 winless outings, but it faces a formidable challenge.
A very respected woman, a female achiever, a woman of integrity, who would make her mark on our country's journey towards progress and prosperity. There is no question about it. Over the last few years, Ghana, our dear country, has sunk to the lowest depths in our history as an independent nation. Our country, Ghana, over the last few years, has been buffeted by turbulent seas and has been sailing against a very strong headwind. Our leadership has been uninspiring and inept. We have lived under an administration that is unable to be truthful and honest to the people of Ghana and never accepts responsibility for anything. There can be no question in our minds that the effect of this maladministration has been so insidious and pervasive that today our people have lost faith and hope in not just the government of the day, but in our democratic system of governance. Ladies and gentlemen, our country needs an urgent reset. Our people need a leadership that is inspiring, one that will make our people believe and trust in our Ghana project once again, and believe in the hope of a better future. Ghana needs a leadership that will place value on integrity, truth, and accountability. Ghana needs a leadership that will roll up its sleeves and accept responsibility for our current reality and face the present storm stoically and steer the ship of state into safer and calmer waters. Ghana in its present crisis needs leadership that will do things differently, including sacrificing personal comforts to achieve a Ghana of shared prosperity for all of us, not just a few. The next 4 years will be pivotal for our country's destiny. The urgency required to take our country to the height it deserves will be matched by each waking day. If there was any indication of intent to think outside the box, to be innovative and use our best human resources to deliver the Ghana we all want, then it is in my choice of Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman as my running mate. As my running mate and potential Vice President of Ghana going into the 2024 elections. I do not doubt this, as her globally acclaimed credentials attest to that. Nana Jane is a woman of unquestionable integrity and whose reputation for honesty and ethical behavior is unparalleled. Our late leader, the founder of the National Democratic Congress and the Fourth Republic, President Jerry John Rawlings, acknowledged her integrity when he told her in 2020, "There is no doubt that it is your..."
The former president, John Mahama, also added that the experience of his running mates will play a big role in sending Ghana to a better place.
Who will accept responsibility and bring honesty and truth back to the office of the Vice President. With Nana Jane as my Vice President, Ghana can be assured that an NDC government led by me, President John Dramani Mahama, will fight corruption and restore the gaping absence of accountability that is the current hallmark of this government. We will work tirelessly to ensure transparency, accountability, and justice for all and not just a few. I know Nana Jane is a passionate advocate of the Mahama 24-hour economy policy. She understands the importance of providing equal opportunities for women and young people to thrive in our economy. And as Vice President, she will ensure that women and young people have more access to jobs, helping to create a more inclusive and prosperous society. Beyond our Ghanaian borders, Nana Jane's esteemed reputation precedes her. Major international organizations and allies highly regard her, and she will represent Ghana with dignity and efficiency on the global stage. Her presence will open doors, increase trust for our nation, and secure many benefits with our international partners. But perhaps most importantly, Nana Jane represents the aspirations and dreams of every Ghanaian, especially our female population. Thank you. Thank you. Mami Odende. Thank you very much. As my second in command, thank you. Thank you. As my second in command, she will break the glass ceiling that has held our women down. And she will generate a new hope in our daughters that the sky is the limit. And that they can also aspire to occupy the highest offices of the land. If we are to build the Ghana we want together, then Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman is truly the vice president Ghana is looking for. She will be a perfect complement in many ways, serving with dignity, courage, integrity, and grace. And under a Mahama Nana Jane administration, the government will work harmoniously with a seamless bridge between the office of the president and the office of the vice president. At the end of our tenure, our 4-year tenure, the story that will be recorded.
The running mate for the opposition NDC, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, has expressed gratitude to the NDC and John Mahama for having the trust in her and selecting her as a running mate. She also reiterated her unwavering support for the party's flag bearer, John Dramani Mahama, stating that she will not describe herself as a mere driver's mate. According to her, it is time for the NDC to hail Ghana again.
As an affirmation of your belief in the capabilities of the Ghanaian woman, I will repay your abiding confidence with loyalty, with understanding, and a devotion to duty. My output going forward by the grace of God will continue to demonstrate what the world knows already, that women are also capable of high achievements, that we do so with that reservoir of strength, determination, and mental acuity that only those who are noble and far-sighted like you can comprehend and contend with. I will share in our collective successes and share responsibility for our setbacks, if any. And at the time of reckoning, Your Excellency John Dramani Mahama, I will not, in the advancement of self-serving ambition, declare to the whole world that I was only the driver's mate. Thank you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, before I go on to other important matters, please let me state my understanding of where we are as a country, as a nation, and the implications of what lay ahead. The election ahead is not so much about Ghana making history, although that is important. It is not so much about returning a competent president back to power. It is not even about producing the first woman vice president, historical and exciting though these are. It is not only about bringing the NDC back to power, although that is indispensable in our current circumstances. The elections ahead and winning them is about winning elections for a purpose. The purpose goes beyond those enumerated above. The purpose is the opportunity to heal our country again. It is about the opportunity to pull Ghana back from the precipice of destruction, of normalizing corruption, of incomprehensive greed, from deep despair. The election ahead and winning it for our party is about hard work and abiding sacrifice. It is to embrace everyone in building a Ghana that functions again. It is to work towards a Ghana where citizens have confidence and hope and are determined to regain their independence of thought and of agenda. We must work towards a Ghana that at the very least can feed itself. We know we can.
During the same event, Professor Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman stated that Ghanaians are not in ordinary times. According to her, the government has chosen to use its power not in the broader interest of all Ghanaians, but have shown hypocrisy and have been incompassionate displayed over the past years.
We are not in ordinary times. This is not news. Some of us have been around for a while and have experienced the to and fro of politics in Ghana, but never have we experienced the levels of greed, unbridled arrogance, unrestrained impunity, sheer dishonesty, barefaced hypocrisy, incompassion as displayed by this incumbent government over the past 6 years and more. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the task ahead is formidable, much more than it was 4 years ago. When people ask me, why are you doing this? Let me explain. I remain inspired by the fact that as a people, we have faced terrible situations before. Check our history. Please don't begin with the Fourth Republic or the struggle for independence, although these are also important milestones. Go hundreds of years back. In those hard times, our forefathers and our foremothers too did not throw up their arms in despair. They fought back. They resisted. They sacrificed. They persevered. They brought back hope when there was none. They picked up the pieces of a broken people and carefully and strategically sewed them back. And they left for us a legacy of selflessness, of true patriotism and pride. It is our responsibility today to leave something better for the next generations. Giving up is not an option. We must all soldier on. Across the political divide, across social and professional groupings, among the youth, you hear complaints and stories concerning state capture. where this government has chosen to use its power not in the broader interest of all Ghanaians, but to favor a small clique. What is that? John and I have agreed that whoever has participated in the plunder of the state must be held accountable. My friends, this is not a threat, it is a promise. It is a promise which is premised on the wishes of our citizens across the political divide, and it is hinged on the principle of accountability. Let us face the facts. Today, what do we hear? Is the promotion of ethnocentric elitism, which is masquerading as intellectualism.
National Chairman of the Opposition National Democratic Congress, Johnson Esiedun Ketia, has urged party members to maintain vigilance, emphasizing that victory in the December elections is not assured. He cautioned against premature celebrations or assumptions of victory, reminding members that the electoral journey is ongoing and uncertain. Esiedun Ketia made these remarks during the introduction of John Mahama's running mate, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, in Accra on Wednesday, April 24.
In that today marks a very important landmark towards our march towards victory 2024. And on occasions like this, we must assess ourselves and identify the risks ahead of our journey to victory. I don't intend to spoil the mood, but let me say that we are happy that the polls are projecting a massive victory for us, both for President Mahama and for a resounding majority in Parliament in 2025. But I like to caution that polls results alone don't constitute victory for any political party. And we must be aware that our opponents have a lot of money, and they are going into the vote market with a lot of looted cash. One of the first major risks that we face is to pretend to compete with them in the game of vote buying. No matter what we do, we cannot mobilize enough resources to be able to compete with them in money politics. And indeed, they will be happy if we move the battle away from principles, from integrity, from honesty and truthfulness to the battle of who pays higher. So I like to caution all of us that don't let us abandon the tool we are more comfortable with and try to pick the tools that MPP is comfortable with. So let's remain a party of honesty, a party of truth, a party of integrity. And that is the only way we can defeat MPP. The second risk I want us to guard against is the risk of complacency. The polls figures tend to create a picture that we have already won. I like to caution everybody that we have not won yet. We are on the way to victory. But let's guard against complacency. Number 3, because we are already convinced that we are there, a lot of people have begun taking positions and fighting over who will be what in the next government. Indeed, some people are not only fighting about the positions they will occupy. They are telling all others that they will be the kingmakers and they will be making their appointment. If we are not careful, this will dampen the enthusiasm and the spirit of our followers. So I want to assure everybody that we are not there yet. Don't be fighting about positions.
Moving on, the Electoral Commission has set May 7 to May 27, 2024 for updating the voters' register ahead of the December general elections. This, according to the EC, is to allow those who just turned 18 to have their names captured in the voters' register. People who are above 18 but have yet to register for a voter's ID card also have the opportunity to do so during this window. An exhibition of the voters' registration will be subsequently done to allow for corrections of names or other details. Away from politics, as the world celebrates World Malaria Day observed on April 25 every year, the celebration is intended to raise awareness about malaria and its prevention. Here are some key facts and leads on World Malaria Day. World Malaria Day is observed annually on 25th April to bring global attention to the efforts being made to bring an end to malaria and encourage action to reduce suffering and death from the disease. Malaria remains a serious global health challenge that takes its heaviest toll on the most vulnerable. According to the WHO, malaria is a preventable disease. It is also treatable, but it continues to have a devastating impact on the health and livelihoods of people across the world. There were an estimated 241 million new cases of malaria and 627,000 malaria-related deaths in 85 countries in 2020. In fact, more than 2/3 of deaths were among children under the age of 5 living in the WHO African region. The theme for this year is Accelerating the Fight Against Malaria for More Equitable World. This theme serves to raise awareness of the fight against malaria for those most affected by the disease, such as pregnant women, and highlight the many challenges communities face in malaria endemic settings, such as access to health services and the emerging threats posed by climate change. On World Malaria Day 2024, Ghana reaffirms its commitment to eliminating malaria. Following the launch of the National Malaria Elimination Strategic Plan, 2024 to 2028, Ghana seeks to emphasize health equity, the cornerstone of malaria elimination in Ghana, as its theme in line with WHO and the RBM partnership theme of addressing health equity. The National Malaria Elimination Strategic Plan aims to reach these populations with essential malaria prevention, diagnosis, and treatment services. Many people continue to miss out on the services and information they need to prevent, detect, and treat malaria, especially those experiencing disadvantage, discrimination, and exclusion. We need to strengthen and step up our support for these populations. Not only is it our moral duty, it is the best way to get back on track to achieve our global malaria targets. Still on World Malaria Day, Deputy Program Manager for the National Malaria Elimination Program, Dr. Nanayao Pepra, has revealed Ghana has seen an improvement in the fight against malaria. Delivering a presentation on the update on Ghana's malaria situation as the world celebrates World Malaria Day, the program's manager says, though Ghana has done well, the country can still improve.
In the next few slides, I'll be presenting the progress we have seen. You realize that with respect to mortalities, we have seen mortalities reduced from 333 in 2019 to 146 in 2023. And that is good. I think it is good for us to clap for ourselves. We have all helped to contribute to the reduction of the mortalities we have seen over the years. Unfortunately, we have seen a slight increase in our admissions, and if it is important to note that if you factor in the population, it is more or less like it has stagnated. It is still important that we look at the issues leading to the admissions and classifying admissions due to malaria very well, and then putting in the strategies to address them. If you look at testing over the years has increased. We have seen increase from around 34% in 2019 to around 98% in 2023. And as the testing is increasing, we are seeing more cases. The good thing is that even though our institutional cases are increasing, over the years, survey data has shown that parasite prevalence in our communities has consistently decreased. We have seen a decrease from around 28% in 2011 to 8.6% in 2022, and Greater Accra happens to have the lowest malaria prevalence, whilst Oti region happens to have the highest malaria parasite prevalence of 15%. And so we really need to work more ensuring that this reflects in the institutional cases, mainly ensuring that we are doing a lot of the data cleaning. We are also ensuring that cases are tested and treated, and exactly those confirmed cases are reported. With respect to coverages across the country, all the registered children for seasonal malaria chemo prevention, almost all of them were dosed. In 2023, we dosed almost 100% of the children, which means that we're able to really protect the children as we have planned. If you look at IPTP, that's the medicine we give to pregnant women, you realize that there was a slight dip for all the levels of IPTP. And this was because during the course of the year, we had some few stockouts of SP, and that contributed to that dip. But I'm sure that now that is resolved, going forward, we will see our pregnant women having the SP and getting protected. And of course, the unborn child will also be protected. If you look at distribution of nets, it has been increasing. It means that we are giving a net to our pregnant women. We are giving a net to caregivers who bring their children for Mrs. 2 injection. And that has seen an increase. But an interesting discussion about net distribution is that even though we are distributing the net, the survey data is showing that net use is going down. And therefore, it is important that we have a discussion around net use, how to develop effective social behavioral change communication strategies to improve that, and also think about other alternatives for areas where net use is very, very low. And this is not just with the general population, but I realize that even under 5s, net use is also reducing, as well as pregnant women. So it's something that we all have to work on. So in summary, all we are saying is that we have seen a reduction in our mortality.
Well, let's do some business as NDC's running mate, Professor Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman, has promised the next John Mahama-led administration will establish Women Development Bank to support women businesses.
National Democratic Congress NDC Vice Presidential candidate Professor Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman says John Mahama's 24-hour economy will hold special attraction for women. She said the policy is geared towards enhancing women's entrepreneurs' experience in Ghana's business environment. Speaking at an unveiling ceremony held at the University for Professional Studies, Accra, on April 24th, she stated the 24-hour economy policy will factor in women's access to capital to boost their businesses to grow the economy. Professor Jane Opoku-Agyeman said the next Mahama administration will establish a Women Development Bank to push this agenda.
Attention to issues and challenges faced by women in all walks of life. Oh, the women are not happy. And the men too. This is part of the reason we propose extended maternity leave, in line with one of HE of His Excellency President Mahama's 2020 election promises. And in the 2024 manifesto, the flexibility offered within the context of a 24-hour economy must hold special attention for women, for obvious reasons. Maybe we should meet and have a long discussion on that one. Women entrepreneurs must have access to capital for the entire sector to boost their businesses. And that is why we will actively pursue the establishment of a Women's Development Bank. To primarily nurture and grow women-owned, women-led businesses. Women must become millionaires too, shouldn't we? We must become millionaires too through hard work, as our men do. We do not need hands out. We need hands up.
We'll be back shortly with some entertainment stories.
Fashion is the armor to exhibit the real look and feel of everyday life. At Mary Darcy Fashion School, we understand fashion trends that warrant your inner and outer satisfaction. Elegance is when the inside is as beautiful as the outside.
Talk of men top and down, kaftan, political suit, jumpsuit, slits and cover, wedding gown, beads making.
In a world full of trends, I always want to remain classy. For Mary Darcy Fashion Services, call us on 0302 984 827 or 0249 752272. Locate us at Block Factory of Malam Kaswa Highway.
Email us at marydarcygh@gmail.com and follow us on our social media handles on Facebook, Mary Darcy GH, Twitter, Mary Darcy GH, and Instagram, Mary Darcy GH.
Mary Darcy Fashion School. God is in control. Mary Darcy Fashion School. No shaking. Basira. Yeah!
Next Generation Construction Product and Property Fair 2024. featuring thought-leading sessions, a forum for tackling the latest issues in the construction industry. Showcase your brand, learn about new products, services, trend technology, and innovations in the construction industry. Network with key industry stakeholders and professionals. Meet relevant authorities in the construction industry. Venue, Accra Digital Center, Kwame Nkrumah Circle, Accra, adjacent State Housing Company, Ring Road West. Come and experience the world's leading construction machinery fair. Date, Friday 10 to Saturday 11th of May. For exhibitor, eventer participation, and sponsorship enquiries, call or WhatsApp 0241 812308 or 020-2131-615. Next Generation Construction Product and Property Fair 2024. It's gonna be interactively exciting.
It's here again. Perfume Herb and Organic Beauty Care is giving you the best offer of 50% discount for makeup, new technology, pedicure and cosmetic workshop. Do you know that all our students who has been in our workshop are doing perfect and excellent in their makeup and cosmetic business? Our intensive makeup class are bridal makeup, day makeup, evening makeup, and also eyebrow sculpting, lash fixing, eyeshadow application, foundation application, highlighting and contouring. Also, our intensive cosmetic workshop are mulatto body cream, mulatto facial cream, mulatto body lotion, mulatto shower gel, mulatto cleansing soap, hot chocolate cream, lighting cream, whitening cream, body scrub for all skin types, skin repairing oil, sunburn and varicose vein oil, skin polisher serum, acne and pimple soap, knuckles and dark spot remover oil, hyperpigmentation black soap, skin and body milk butters, facial serum and masks, facial cleansers, hair growth oil and cream.
Date for this program is from on the 2nd May to 17th May 2024. Location at the Perfume Hub Tutorial Center, Tabora number 3 Junction, adjacent the La Paz New Market. Time for this training is 9:30 a.m. prompt daily. Forms are going for cool 100 cedis. Forms are available and selling now at our office and online too. Call the numbers below for more enquiries.
This is Focus News here on Focus TV. Let's take some more stories. In entertainment, actress and television presenter Jocelyn Dumas has been candid about the challenges single mothers encounter while attempting to re-enter the dating market. Jocelyn Dumas recounted a personal experience involving a friend who expressed reluctance to date a woman with a child, citing his hesitation to take on parental responsibilities for a child who wasn't biologically his.
But now they're gone.
Now there is this
But you agree that it's easier for women to still have we have our kids as single mothers or whatever it is, and we still want to be happy. We still want to date other people. And for me, I mean, I'll explain to my daughter, look, just know that mommy loves you, daddy loves you very much, but mommy would end up with somebody. And it won't be that.
How many women, single women, do you, let's say 2 out of 5 will go on and marry again? I think women are able to,
but you see,
be with kids,
again,
raise them, let them grow up.
Do you know why? Let me tell you why we don't go out and marry. Okay, I spoke to a friend of mine here, Anthony. He said, I'll never be with a born one. Do you understand? He was sitting right where you're sitting, and he said to me that he calls it B1. I'm like, what is that? Is that a vitamin? You know? It's a B1, no, B1, B2. I'm not in. Okay. And I said to myself, this is the reason why a lot of the single mothers are single with their children. Because now his reason was, why would I come and look after, why would I come and raise somebody else's child? That's not my bloodline. That he doesn't have any trace of my DNA in him. Why am I going to now help someone's bloodline grow? What about mine? Thank you. Do you understand? And I asked him, what about adoption? You adopt, that's different. No, that's not. If you ask me, it's not, because I have a child, and you, like you said, the way we ask you, they don't even care the reason why you have a child. Your case is you've had 7 miscarriages in your marriage. You met a guy you were dating and you got pregnant. Are you going to have an abortion because you're not married? No. He doesn't want the child. Are you going to have an abortion because he doesn't want a child? No. You can raise the child on your own. It takes a village. Even if you can't and you don't have a job, it takes a village. So you have that child, right? So it's a sacrifice you've also made as a woman, right? Regardless of what it is, you are going to have this child and you're going to raise this child. You understand? But the man sitting there, even society, the man's family is going to think, no, Papa, I can't order the coin.
Still in entertainment, musician Kofi Kenata has recently voiced his apprehension regarding the prevailing political mindset among Ghanaians. According to him, citizens prioritize their loyalty to political parties to the detriment of the country's well-being. The Confessions hitmaker lamented the current situation, making it difficult for people to voice their concerns about ongoing challenges for fear of being attacked and wrongly labeled with political affiliations. He elaborated on the challenges of addressing issues due to the deep-rooted partisan divide. Well, that's all for entertainment. Now let's do some sports. Ghana's 5-member para-athletics team in Morocco is hoping to qualify for the 2024 Paris Olympics game. There's more in this report.
Ghana's 5-member para-athletics team is in Morocco participating in the 2024 Marrakesh World Para-Athletics Grand Prix competition. The tournament, which started on April 22nd to 28th, is a qualification event for the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. The competition will also allow classification of the first Ghanaian para-athletics in shot put and standing javelin, among others. Captain of the side, Edmond Govina, was full of praise for the preparation.
Preparations have been good. It has been okay, especially with support from the Ministry for Youth and Sports, to our President of the National Paralympic Committee.
While 19-year-old Dinah Kumetel, an arm amputee competing in the women's 800-meter and 1,500-meter event, thanked the organizers and called for public support.
Those people that organize this competition and those people that also give the support and everything. So I wish all Ghanaians, they should support us so that we'll go and qualify this competition well.
The team's coach Ibrahim Aminu Suleiman also thanked the president of the National Paralympic Committee, Mr. Samson Dean, and called for more government support.
Grateful to our president, Mr. Samson Dean, the one and only president. We are very, very grateful to him for giving us this opportunity to the athletes to go there and showcase what is in them. One, we thank the Ministry of Youth and Sport for being there for us. But for now, let me say we need more, because it seems like all the pressure is on our president. So please, please and please again, we need more. They should come on board and help him. They will see the glory of para-athletics in Ghana.
Speaking about the development of the sports in the country, NPC President Mr. Samson Dean has noted the availability of the Botema Sports Complex and the investing of Ghana Sports Stadium will help augment the already existing Cape Coast Sports Stadium.
Term saw lack of facilities being available because of the kind of sports that we partake in. Most of the facilities, as you can know, with the exception of the Cape Coast Stadium that have a better and good track, most of the places where our athletes are based, Ashanti region, Greater Accra, and Brown Ahafo region, did not have better and quality tracks and all that. When we say better and quality tracks, we mean facilities owned by the government and quality standard certified across the world. But fortunately for us, with the hosting of the African Games, the 13th African Games, I can now say that Ghana has reached that level where we can boast of quality facility at Boteman and the University of Ghana Stadium.
With the establishment of the 7-year Para Sport Strategic Plan from 2020 to 2027, it is government's hope that Ghana becomes a hub for the sports in the region.
Egyptian giant Zamalek Football Club have landed in the Ghanaian city of Kumasi in preparation for their highly anticipated encounter against Ghanaian side Dreams FC. The match is the second leg of the semi-finals of the African Confederation Cup. The showdown between Zamalek and Dreams is set to take place at the Babayara Sports Stadium next Sunday evening at 7 o'clock. Upon their arrival at Kumasi Airport, the Zamalek delegation was warmly received by Mary Solomon, the Egyptian consul in Ghana, and the Egyptian deputy ambassador. Solomon ensured smooth communication with Ghanaian authorities to expedite the team's exit procedures at the airport. Heading the Zamalek delegation is Hossam Al-Mando, the treasurer, accompanied by club president Hussein Labib, board member Ahmed Solomon, and board advisor Abdullah George. Before we wrap up tonight's bulletin, let's take a recap of the top stories. President revokes the appointment of Anana Adukwe-Addo as MCE of the Tema West Municipal Assembly. Also, former President John Mahama expresses confidence in Jane Opoku-Agyeman. In entertainment, musician Kofi Kenata says Ghanaians love political parties than the well-being of the country. And in sports, Team Ghana hope for success in the 2024 Marrakesh World Para Athletics Grand Prix. Many thanks for watching Focus News this evening. My name is Jennifer Somwa. Join us tomorrow same time 6 p.m. Have a good evening and enjoy the rest of our programs.